Hello and welcome to the Slingshot channel. This video is a part of a promotion for the new movie Despicable Me 3 that's going to be in the theaters just now. This is also a collab with famous German YouTubers from Ape Crime, and these boys asked me if I want to play a part in it. I love the movie Despicable Me. I love all the movies, including the Minions one, because, hey, it's centered around a guy with a foreign accent, okay, who loves crazy guns that shoot crazy things. How can I not love that? Anyway, they asked me, of course, to build a crazy weapon. What else? And there is the Fartgun. Dr. Nefario built this for Gru in the first movie. Actually, it was an accident. Gru wanted the dart gun, and Dr. Nefario understood fart gun.
And here, of course, is the new weapon you ordered.
No. I said dart gun, not...
Okay. Oh, yes, because I was wondering under what circumstances would we use this. But anyway,
It's actually a crazy thing. It's shaped a little bit like a funnel, and it has three functions. It sounds like a fart, and it actually ejects like a cloud, a brown cloud, what else? And also it smells horrible. Horrible enough for the minions to lose consciousness. And it also played parts in the first movie, where it was introduced, in the second movie, where it was used for a salute shot, like 7 of them shooting 3 times, to wave Dr. Nefario goodbye. And it also helped fighting the enemy in the second one. So, my task is to build this thing, which isn't easy because it needs to look a little bit like the one, or exactly like the one in the movie, but it also needs to function. And it has these 3 functions: sound, dust cloud, and smell. Well, let's get to work. Alright, we're getting ready for building the fart gun. I've already made a little sketch, and as you see, you got this funnel-shaped front muzzle. Then you of course have a stock. You have a container, and basically the rest of the gun is pretty much straightforward. But of course it's supposed to really look like the gun in the movie. The first parts have also arrived. Have this huge funnel here, which I think is ideal for the muzzle part. Of course it needs to be painted and so on, and also cut into shape, because it's not perfect, but it's the right size. This is how I envision the muzzle of the gun. But I found a great solution for the brown cloud that the weapon ejects, and it's this little thing here, and I think this is like for garden applications and so on. You have this container that you can fill with powder, and just for testing it I filled it with just flour. The way how this works is the pump, and when the pump exits the airstream, then a little bit of the content will be sucked out using this little tube here, and then it's sucked out and sprayed. And I think it is actually pretty convincing. And I think if I replace the white floor with brown cacao powder, then it will look just right. As for the smell, I have to use the best product the market has to offer, Stinky's Best Black. I've used those before. Those are really, really great. They're not poisonous, but really smelly. So they are normally shipped in these glass little containers. And then of course they're totally neutral unless you smash the glass. But we need more of the stuff. They sell it in larger bottles though, but even though this is in a sealed plastic bag, it's still smelly as heck. Wow. And therefore I have to put it into a container like this, so I can continue to work here. Of course it is way too dangerous to eject like a solid stream of the stuff into someone else's face. Therefore I've bought these cheap sponges, and the idea is to put a sponge right in here, so once you eject a little bit of air using the pump, then a little bit of the smelly air inside of the funnel will be transported towards the poor victim. An alternative sound generator arrived. It's this one. I rather like this sound. And has plenty of other sounds too, but it doesn't have a fart like here. So I bought this very inexpensive system like a mini megaphone, which is having a microphone. So I can use this to boom, 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 boom. And it can be really, really loud. Okay. Yeah, this works. Next job is to install the speaker into the funnel. And therefore we made this little wooden piece. And the idea is that you can put this in, this exactly, okay, and then we take a few rubber bands, what else, and stretch them over this little holder, and we got our fixed mounted removable speaker. And this is the complete setup. You see the sponge for the stinking liquid, the container for the powder, cacao powder, and the speaker for the farting sound. Now we need the front board with the holes, like the sieve, and therefore we put a raster on this wooden piece, and now we're drilling holes. So this is our plate. Looks cool, doesn't it? Alright, now we're sawing out the frame. As you see, this is going to be the outlook of the weapon. And we have to saw this out a few times. Okay, so this is the one-piece trigger, and if I pull the trigger, the shot is released and the farting sound. Now it's getting a little bit more clear how this is going to work. We got our funnel up here, and then the pump with a dowel, and here you can also see the microphone that will be connected to this amplifier, so that the sound from that sound generator will be amplified and exit through the muzzle. This is the final condition of the weapon, unpainted of course. I even added the container, turned from wood. And of course then I filled all the screw holes with the epoxy putty. And then put some primer on it. And also on the funnel plate. And then I painted everything black, shiny black. And also made a stand for it. You see that I also painted the container in silver. This will be auctioned off for a good purpose. Therefore I think the stand makes sense. Alright, my guests are here.
Hello, hello.
Cengiz and Jan
Yes.
from Ape Crime TV. That's a channel with an English name, but it is German content, right?
Yes. Of course, yes.
It is.
Also ihr müsstet eigentlich Affenkriminelle heißen.
Richtig. Yeah, I'm Jan. That's Cengiz. Andre is missing. He's our third guy. Member. Yes.
We are making comedy sketch videos on YouTube.
Since
yeah.
2011.
Yes.
Yes.
And these guys are extremely successful. I mean, you only have, no, I'm serious. You have like 5 million subscribers.
In total, yeah.
Yeah.
In a population of 80
10.
million. So this means that
Yeah.
we have 80 million people in Germany, and 5 million of those have subscribed to your channel.
Yeah.
Wow, that is astounding. It's really something, right?
Thank you.
So, congratulations, and keep doing this. Anyway, we're here to do a collaboration, and
Yes.
we need to promote the new movie Despicable Me 3.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm not sure about you guys, but I love the first 2 parts, and I also love the Minion parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're both great. Yeah.
Because, you know, crazy weapons that shoot crazy things that rule the world. How perfect can that be?
That's your thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you need, for a prank, you need a fart gun, right?
Yes.
Not
Yes.
a dart gun. I have plenty of those. You want
No dart gun. Fart gun.
Okay, fart gun. And it has to have 3 functions,
Yes.
right? It needs to eject a cloud, a visible cloud,
Yes.
and it needs, of course, to create a farting noise, like, all right. And of course, it also needs to eject smell,
Yes.
nasty smell, right?
That's the most important.
And
one.
of course, it all needs to be done with just one trigger pull.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you do it?
I have done it,
Oh.
but it wasn't easy. It was really not easy, you know. And also, it needed to look like the one in the movie. Plus, also, it needs to be reasonably easy to operate, since you guys are no weapon experts, right?
That's
You're right.
true. That's true.
And let me show you what I came up with.
Yeah.
Meet the Despicable Me fart gun. Let me show you its features.
Yes.
Okay. Let's have a look.
Okay, so as you see, the gun looks very much like the gun in the movie.
Yes.
I really tried hard to replicate the design. And of course, it has the same functionality. First, you have to cock it, and of course, it is operated by rubber. And now it engages. And you see, this is, in reality, this is a pump that's pumping like a spray powder. And normally you do this by hand, but here we're doing it with rubber bands.
Yes.
And it's held back by the trigger. The trigger, at the same time, when you press it, also presses a button on this sound generator.
Ah.
Only that, of course, it presses the fart button and not the whistling button. And then this is ejected from here, and in here you also have the sponge with the stinking liquid, so that it will eject a very smelly dose of air, and of course with powder.
Ah, okay.
So let me show you how that works.
Very nice.
And the only reason why we're still standing is because there is no vicious liquid in here yet.
Yes.
Because I thought you guys have a long way back home, and that,
Yes.
you know, with the car, with the thing like this in the car,
Thank you.
won't be pleasant. But let me explain you how to get it ready for action.
Okay.
So you can remove this rubber band
Ah,
here,
okay.
and then you can remove the front plate, which of course only has openings for the necessary parts. And you see, this is the spray. So you can see that when you spray, you see
The powder.
This is
The
how
powder.
the powder is in here. And this
Okay.
means that you can remove this and
Okay.
then fill it with any kind of powder
Yes.
that is
Yes.
fine enough. And this is the amplifier speaker. And you see with this cable it's connected to the microphone that is set back in the stock. And here is the sponge. And this is where you put the stinking liquid on.
So,
So-
it's smelling.
It is still smelling a little
Ah.
bit.
Yes.
That's a new sponge, but this is because 2 weeks
That's
ago I was test
really
firing
heavy.
it and it's still that smelly. Maybe you can now imagine how smelly it is.
I can.
It knocks you out. It's so you have to be really careful. Don't get too close to someone when you spray it.
Okay.
Okay.
So because I think that he can get the shock of his life. So. And then you close it again and you put the rubber rings over it,
Okay.
and then you're basically ready to fire it.
Great.
And don't forget to every now and then refill the battery of the amplifier.
Yes.
Because without the amplifier, it's disappointingly
It's disappointing.
silent.
Yes.
Yes.
And here, of course, is the new weapon you ordered.
No, no, no. I said dart gun, not.
Okay. Oh, yes, because I was wondering under what circumstances would we use this. But anyway,
In terms of stinking liquid, the engine behind this whole, devilish thing, I have 3 products that you can buy on Amazon Germany. First one is this fart spray, intelligent name, and it has a very, very cool spray, very powerful.
Like Theo.
Yeah, but it's not pleasant. But that's not fart. I mean,
I don't smell anything.
It's gone.
okay, sorry. So I think to me it's more like a chemical smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a real fart.
No. Well, if your fart smells like this, you need to see the doctor. and then I have this stuff here, and I love that name. You're gonna love that name because it's called liquid ass.
Liquid ass.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. And of course, there's a lot of promise in that cool name. But it also, I think, it is really smelling like poop. It really does. Like, take a nose.
Oh no.
It's really. I mean, this is really. I mean, it is
Fresh shit.
foul. Yeah, and it is.
It's
really,
like
so this is a fart. But
cow shit.
yes, very much like cow dung. It
Yeah.
smells like in an unclean cow stable.
Yes.
Right. But then, I thought that was pretty good. But then I found this Stinky's Best Black.
Okay.
And as you see, I won't pour anything out of it here because it's just too bad. But I'm opening the bag a little bit so you can take a nose. Okay, hold on. Okay.
Oh my
This
god.
is, and the thing is that not
That
only
is really bad.
it is really nasty, but also what it is, it's clinging on to things.
Yeah.
So this means that I used it in the shed, and I couldn't enter the shed for 2 whole days. And even now, 2 weeks later, it still smells. It's that bad. And
It's
I think
Stinky's best.
It is Stinky's best. So if you have a neighbor and you really hate him, then a few drops of this and we take care of the problem. No, seriously, you shouldn't do that because it's illegal. Anyway, I've given you all these 3,
Okay.
so you can
Thank
test
you.
it out for your friends. And then good luck with it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So, go out and torture the world.
Thanks a lot.
Thank
But
you.
be careful with it, right?
Thanks, Jörg.
All right.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
oh, this ain't a jelly gun, sunshine.